Okay, today is July 13th, and as of today, the official rate changes for USPS postage have gone into effect. So if you are a reseller and you haven't updated some of your listings for the new rates, then this is a time to think about it. I don't do very much free shipping, or even I guess I do a little bit of flat rate shipping for things that are pretty lightweight, but mostly I'm doing calculated shipping. So if you're on eBay and you do calculated shipping, you shouldn't have to do anything. It'll just the calculated shipping page on eBay, they'll have updated everything and put in the new rates in there. But if you do free shipping, you probably want to boost the cost of your items to cover the increase in the rates. I mean, I don't know exactly how much you want to increase your items, but you're going to want to think about that for yourself. And if you haven't done it, I'm going to show you how I would do it. I have only about 20 items in my shop that are free shipping, and I updated all of them today by basically increasing the cost by 10% and then rounding it to whatever the nearest 99 cents is. So I'll quickly show you how I did that using eBay's business policies, but you'll have to figure out your own way of doing it. But I'm going to cut the video here and then I'll show you what I did. Okay, I'm just going to do this by pointing the camera at the screen here, which is probably not the best way to do it, but it's the fastest thing for me to do right now. So I'm just on the eBay homepage. I'm going to show you how to get to business policies in case you don't know. I'm going up here to my account. It should say, "Hi, Christopher. My name is Chris," in case you didn't know. And you'll look for your name there. Click the little arrow that'll open up this, and then go to account settings. Then under account settings, you'll scroll down a little to the selling section and look for the business policies, and then you can create policies for how people pay you, your return policies, and for shipping policies. So right now I'm looking for shipping policies. I think I don't know how many of those policies I have, maybe 10 or 12. So for instance, I have calculated ground advantage, then flat. This is a flat rate thing that I have. I might actually boost that number up. Right now it says flat $7. I might change that to $7.50 or something like that to account for these new rates at the post office. But what I'm looking for right now is free shipping. So there's only 20. I only have 20 items where I'm offering free shipping, and really this is where I was just kind of experimenting to see if I can sell these items quickly or more quickly by having them under this policy that people get free shipping. And then I just include the cost of shipping in the item itself. So right now I have the 20 items. This one I'm not going to change. This is a book that I have listed, just kind of testing the waters on it, this Harry Potter book. It has a misprint in it, and I think it's a pretty rare misprint, so I'm asking $1,200 for it. I don't think I'll probably ever get that, but I just put it in here to see if I could get any interest in it. I'm probably going to lower this down. Right now it's on sale for $9.60. I'm going to lower it down to a reasonable number. I only paid $1.54 for it at a thrift store, so if I could get even like $60 or $80 for it, I would feel good. Anyway, what you can do is, while you're here, you have all of these items that have free shipping. You could go through individually and change the price on each one if you want to, or you can select them all here by this actions button, and just that selects everyone on the list. If you have multiple items on your list here, you might have to go to the next page and select more if you have a lot more than I have. And then you're gonna want to click edit and click edit selected. If you're doing them all, you can just click edit all, and then you can select them all again. This is a little bit of a clunky interface for me, but you have to select them all again once it goes into this revise page, and then hit this bulk edit. There's a lot of different variables that you can edit here. The one I'm looking for is buy it now, because all of these items have buy it now prices. And then right here you can say lower by, increase by, or change to, this would be like if you want to change it to a flat number, you want all of these items to be $10, or you want all these items to be $100, this is the shipping cost. No, this is the buy it now cost. Since these items have shipping baked into the price, what I did today is I went in here, increase by, and I hit increase by 10%. So I don't know how much, I mean the changes in the shipping rates are a little complicated. So I don't know if it's like going up 5%, 10% or whatever. I just decided to increase the cost on all of these items by 10% to cover any extra fees associated with shipping. So change that, add whatever percentage you want, 5%, 10%, whatever, and then it will add that percentage to each of these items. What I did then is I wanted all my items to end in 99 cents. So if this CD was, I think it was like $15.99, add the 10%, it probably went to like $17.21 or something like that. I don't know, I'm just guessing. But I just rounded it up to $17.99. So all of these, I just changed the last number to 99, either raised it or lowered it. So for me, I don't do a lot of free shipping, so this postage change isn't going to be a big hit for me. But I did want to think about it because some of those items I'm going to probably lose money on. Like this book is only, this is a lot of 2 books. It's only $17.99. That's with free shipping. So shipping on this is probably going to be $6. I'm going to guess. So if I'm offering free shipping, I'm only getting $11 for these books. So I think that's something to think about. I'm going to pick up the camera and turn it around. So something to think about if you offer free shipping or flat rate shipping, you might want to adjust those amounts tonight or as quickly as possible before you get hit with some new shipping charges that you weren't expecting. Okay, so it's Sunday. I have orders from yesterday and from today to pack. So I think there's seven orders, only 2 yesterday and then 5 today, 3 or 4 of which just came in within the last 10 or 15 minutes. So it's been a slow weekend. It's not a terrible sales day as far as the amount of money that we made today, but yesterday was pretty bad. So let's stop fooling around. I'm gonna get these 7 items packed and get it over with. So let's go. Okay, we're back and we're just about ready to pack, but first things first, I've got to add Friday and Saturday to the tally board over here. So Friday we had three sales only. 1, 2, 3, and then Saturday only 2. 1, 2. So Tuesday still in the lead. Okay, let's get this done. It's been a kind of a longish day. I was working quite a bit on my eBay stuff this morning, and then I went home to visit with my family, my sister's birthday, and I don't know what you call my niece's daughter's birthday. So I don't know what that, what is that to be? Second niece, twice removed, once, who knows? I don't know what it's called. I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm just going to pack these orders and go to bed because I guess it's still, it is after 9. It's almost 9:30. Probably going to take 30 to 40 minutes here to get this stuff packed. We'll see. It's 9:26 exactly, so let's start counting down and figure out how close we are to getting done. Okay, right here I have 2 Russian language books. I don't even know the author or anything. I hesitate to try to pronounce it because I don't think this J is probably pronounced like a J. Jaroslav Hasek. So these are totally in Polish. I did some Google translating to get titles and got this listed. I got these books for free. I get a lot of books for free, and these were some of them. Actually, at one time I got a pretty big lot of different foreign language books, like some Italian ones that sold really well. These I thought I don't know if they would sell or not because there was no sales history for this kind of stuff on eBay USA. Maybe there is on eBay Russia or eBay something else. I'm not sure. But these Yeah, I got them for free in February, so it's not really that long ago. And I sold them for $15.99 plus shipping. This box is probably a little bit too big for these two books that are only $16, but I have it right in front of me. I want to get it out of the way, so we'll use it. It's gonna take more paper than I'm happy with. I am pretty stingy with this stuff. I'd like to be more stingy with it, but if you gotta use it, you gotta use it. So anyway, these two books are going somewhere. I don't think they're probably going overseas. No, they're going to Oregon, which is, I guess, nothing unusual about that. I don't know where I was expecting them to be going. It's possible. There is a lot in Oregon. Any kind of coastal states, there's the possibility for freight forwarding, where somebody buys something and they have it shipped to a US address, and then that person ships it on to them in whatever country they live in. It's possible that's happening here, but I don't really see any evidence of it. Okay, this is 2.12, 12 by 9 by 6. All right, Russian on here. And AL, this looks like a Russian name to me. So, ready to go. All right, next. This thing, let's scroll to the bottom. Well, let's scroll to the top. This thing is a headgear for a wrestler. I got this at a yard sale for only $1. It wasn't that long ago, June 6th, so just slightly more than a month ago. I didn't know if it would sell quickly or not. This is another kind of thing that doesn't have a lot of sales history behind it, but it did sell relatively quickly, like just over a month, but not for a lot of money. I think I had it listed for $15.99, and I got an offer today for $14, so I took that. That seemed like a reasonable offer to me, so I went ahead and took it. And they'll be going out the door. I'll make $10 maybe on these. I think they'll fit in this box just fine. Yeah, I'll put some paper around them just so they're not rubbing up against the cardboard of the box, but they fit in here pretty tight, so they don't need too much extra padding. Come on. It is the new quarter according to eBay. If you have an eBay store, like an official store subscription, you should have a coupon ready for you to buy shipping supplies from the eBay shipping supply store. If you don't know where that coupon is, which seems to be a real problem, I'm gonna quickly pull it up here. Go to your My eBay up in the top right, and then go to store, and underneath that, subscriber discounts. I think there's a couple other places where it appears, and then the coupon code will be right here. You can copy that, and then you go to click see details. Oh, here it is. I've already redeemed it, so the coupon code is right here, and then you can hit the start shopping button, and then you'll be in the eBay shipping supply store. You can pick whatever you want. I'm usually trying to find something that I'm maximizing my coupon. So if you have is it called a starter store? If you have there's like the lowest store where you don't get anything, I don't see any reason to subscribe to that. Then there's a second tier, which I think is like, I can't remember how much it costs. But if you have the second tier store, you get $25 a quarter to spend in that eBay store, eBay shipping store. And if you have the next tier up, you get $50. So that's where I am. I get $50 each month. Each quarter. So 4 times a year. And that store is vastly overpriced when you compare it to other shipping supply companies. I would say it's basically double what you should be paying. But since you're getting a coupon to spend, it's basically, I'm getting $25 worth of shipping supplies for free. So I just got another batch of these and another batch of something else. I ended up spending, they make it so you really can't maximize that $25 or $50 without going over. So I probably spent $4 or $6 and got 2 packs of one pack of these small boxes, and then 1 pack of boxes like around this size, I guess. All right here I have a sleeveless Champion t-shirt. I got a lot of these, not a lot, but several of these at a thrift store. They're brand new, still with the tags and everything. They were a little bit more expensive than I would have liked to have paid for them. But I know Champion is a brand that for whatever reason was popular for a little while. Being sleeveless is kind of weird, but I I do like doing multi-quantity listings. They're easy to just make one listing and have 2 or 10 or 12 items in there. I don't very often come across items like that where I get multiple quantities of them so I can make a listing that way. But I got 2 of these gray Champion sleeveless t-shirts and I think 4 white ones. I'm right, Champ on here. Either 3 or 4 of the white ones. So none of them have sold, and this was back in February. No, what is it? December of last year. 9 ounces. So these have been sitting since December. Usually, in my experience, if you have a multi-quantity listing and one of them sells, it's a good chance that the others are going to start selling right after. It's like that one sells and breaks the ice and tells eBay to go ahead and share that listing with other people, that this is an item that is now sellable, and so they'll start helping you sell it. Okay, in this bag I have a pair of, these are Don Allison tearaway pants, like basketball practice warm-up pants. They're like kind of satiny. It says liquid satin in my listing title, so I don't know if I found that terminology on a tag or something, but that's what I put in the title. Oh, that's a weird envelope. Anyway, I got these a long time ago at a church rummage sale where they had like fill a bag. I've talked about this before, so I'm not going to go into the whole story, but it's a fill a bag situation, and they give these big bags, like maybe they're like 30-gallon, like I always call it a contractor bag. They're like big trash bags for $5, and then you fill it with whatever you want. Usually do that on, like, they'll have the sale 2 days. The first day they have prices on things, and then the second day it's just fill a bag because they just really need to get that stuff out of there so they can have church at the next day or whatever the next week. So I got these there. It's a sort of a thing where you're walking around, you find one thing that you know is worth buying, and then after that you can just start taking everything. You know, you don't have to do a lot of research and figure out is this stuff worth paying for, because at that point you're not really paying for it, you're just getting it for free. I'm going to write T-pants on here and hope I remember what that means. So yeah, I have a cost of goods of nothing on these, but this was a long time ago. This was probably back in 2023. Yeah, October 2023. So I've been sitting on these for a long time. 14 ounces. Feels heavier than that. So 11 by 2. And it's going to BH. Not too far away from here, Indiana. So yeah, those have been sitting for a long time. I didn't pay anything for them. They were free, and I sold them for $12.99 plus shipping. Okay, what do we have next? This thing is called a Derma Wand. I have no idea what it is. I think it's really probably some pseudoscience stuff. I think it's like a infrared light that you hold on your skin. It's supposed to get rid of acne or something. I don't really know. All I know is I got it for $2.69 at where? Salvation Army, and sold it for $37.99 plus shipping. That was in March of this year, so a few months, 3 or 4 months to sell, but a pretty good return on investment. What did I say? $2.69 into $38. Pretty good. This needs more padding. Probably should have wrapped that in bubble wrap. I worked this morning. Got quite a few listings done, photos and everything, and they're all scheduled to go up in my shop in the next few days. I usually, if I'm reusing these Amazon boxes that have this paper tape, I always tape over the bottoms, because this stuff is not really, I don't think it's really designed to go through the mail more than once, so it seems like it's safer to double up on that tape. So anyway, yeah, I was working this morning, and then I left here to go home to my sister's house. She was having a birthday party, and it was a nice day spent with my family. I don't get to see them as much as I used to, so I forgot what was even in this box. Oh, Derma Wand, 13 ounces, 10 by 8 by 5. And who's it going to? BBB. This is going to Texas. Okay, we're getting there. I'm saving the worst one, the most difficult one for last, and it's not going to be that difficult. But right here I have a comic book. This is a book that was about to get thrown in the garbage. I got a whole bunch of comics at one time, And I just about passed this one up because I never heard of it. And then somebody was there, handed it to me and said, take a look at this one. And then I did look at it and I saw it was signed across the front and it's numbered 89 of 100. So there are only 100 of these books made. It looks pretty handmade. Like this feels like a stamp, like an actual rubber stamp. It's called Cursed Pirate Girl, the Collected Edition, Volume 1 by Jeremy A. Bastian. So his signature here, Jeremy Bastian. I'd never heard of this, but somebody handed it to me and said, maybe you might want to buy this. And I took a look at it and did a little research on it and saw that they were selling for a good amount of money, you know, in the, not this exact book, but other books that look very similar, like Volume 2 maybe. I'm not sure exactly, but they were selling for over $100 or right around $100. So I was glad to take that one for free. And I had it listed for $82.99. Just today, I had the opportunity to send an offer on it, and I sent an offer of like $60. Like this has been sitting for, well, since November of last year. So I figured enough's enough. Let's try to move this thing. So I sent that offer, like I said, $60 I think I sent. And maybe 10 minutes later it sold for full price, which I was surprised. I thought for sure when I saw that the sale came in, I was sure it was going to say $60, but I don't know if it was when you send offers on eBay, it doesn't tell you who you're sending them to. It just sends them anonymously. So it's possible that the person I sent the offer to just bought it full price accidentally, or it's possible that because this book was having some interest from somebody, eBay decided to push it through the algorithm a little bit, and somebody else saw it and decided to buy it. I'm putting it in this sleeve before I put it in this box. I'm just trying to give it, I mean, this is almost a $90 book. After shipping and everything, this person paid $90 for it. So I'm going to try to protect it a little bit more than I normally would. Typically a book this thin, I would just sandwich it between two pieces of cardboard. But with this one, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in a box, and I wrapped it in cardboard before even putting it in there. So we'll keep it as safe as possible. And then I just want to, the best I can, float this right in the center of this box and keep this thing from getting dinged up. So I'm gonna put paper on either side of it so that it's not touching either wall here. It's a little bit cumbersome. I think this is gonna be just fine. Okay, so yeah, this is the biggest sale of the day for sure, $82.99 plus shipping. Maybe I should have read this. I am kind of interested. I mean, I do have an interest in self-publishing and small press stuff. Pirate, 1 pound, 3 ounces. 13 by 11 by 3, and it's going to C. Okay. All right, last item. This is a curler set, hot rollers. This one is in really nice condition. I have a suspicion it was never used. A lot of times I buy these and there's evidence of hair, like a single hair. Like this one has one hair right here, so maybe it was used rarely. But yeah, oftentimes I got to take these apart and clean them up. They've really dropped in value since I started being interested in them. I would say 2 years ago, I bought one of these sets, and I was pretty surprised at how valuable it was. And for maybe a month or two, I was buying them. Every time I saw them, these kind of things, basically any kind of vintage hair care stuff I was buying. And then suddenly, like, I would see this at the thrift store, it might be $2, $1 even. And then suddenly the prices on them skyrocketed. So they would be like $18 or $12 or something like that. And I was selling them for like $60. So I'd buy them for 2 or 3, sell them for $60. All of a sudden the prices went up at the thrift store and the prices that people were paying on eBay dropped. So I don't know how that happened both at the same time, but now I'm pretty particular about if I'm going to buy any curler sets. They got to be pretty special. Yeah, I'm going to spend time researching and find out if they're good or not. So this one's not that good, but I think, is it possible? I got this so close to being free. I paid 88 cents for this. So that probably means I spent a certain amount of money at, this is from a church, a different church. rummage sale. So I probably spent $30 there and I got 35 items or something like that. And then after doing the math, it comes out to 88 cents a piece. So I only spent 88 cents on this, which is ridiculous. And I did send an offer on this today, or I received an offer. I can't remember which. So $21.99 for these. A year ago, 2 years ago, this probably would have sold for $50 or $60. Now it's down to $21. I need to find a good box for it. Appropriate box. Is this it? This is a little bit tight, but I'm gonna go ahead and go with it. Here's some bubble wrap that was in this box. I'll use that. Where's this? Okay, I put this cord on the side and I stretch wrapped it in, but now I want it to be on the top. So I'm gonna move that around, that's fine. So yeah, this is a little tighter than I probably should do, this box. It'd be better if there was like an inch or two around the sides, but I'm already committed. There's only like a quarter of an inch on each side of this really. So if this gets dropped or banged up in shipping, it's gonna get cracked, but I'm gonna take the risk on it. Cord out of the way. Okay, we're gonna risk it. Okay, how long has that been? It was 7:26 when we started packing. I'm not quite done with this box yet, but we're getting close. This dog keeps coming down here. I'm not sure why she keeps letting him down, but here he is. Hi, Pineapple. You want to be on video, buddy? You come down here to star in a video? Come here, come here, come here, come here. Jump. Pineapple, look at me, bud. Come here. Come here, my puppy. Pineapple, come here, come here, come here. What's going on? What's going on? You want to get out of here? You want to go upstairs? Come on, get out of here. Come on. Go, go, go. Oh, okay, he's gonna go that way. Okay, let's finish this one up. Curler, 3 pounds 11, and it's gonna be a weird size, 12 by 7 by 7. I don't know why, I usually like to put the labels on the actual top of the box, according to the flaps, but very often commercial shippers put it on the side. Okay, who's this going to? Whoops. S. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get labels purchased for all these, and I'll be right back to tell you about profits. Okay, lately I've been stacking these up into neat looking pyramids when I'm done, but then I struggle to get them upstairs to go out to the carrier. So I put these in this IKEA bag so I have no trouble getting them out on the porch. Okay, I also already requested porch pickup for these, so that's done, that's done. This, I spent like $45 in shipping labels. Let's go back to the eBay homepage, and then we'll look at this spreadsheet and figure out how much money we made on each of these items. So, okay. The 2 items that sold yesterday, there's only 2, so a bad sales day, especially for a Saturday. Those hot rollers, that was after fees, after shipping fee, after eBay fees and shipping costs, the total profit on that hot roller was only $17.88. So this is a big difference from maybe even a year ago, the value of those things. And then the tearaway pants, those blue pants, the profit on that was $11.39. So yesterday we only made $29.27 for 2 sales. Not a great day by any means, but it is what it is. Then we're on to Sunday sales, which were a little bit better, mostly because of that pirate book. So that's the first thing on our list. Cursed Pirate Girl, Jenny. It sold for $82.99, and then I charged $5.10 shipping. The eBay fees were $11, and then the actual shipping cost was $5.22, so a little bit more than I charged. And then I also had a promotional fee on this. You know, eBay's gives you the option to add extra promotion. So that was $2. So total profit on this book that I got for free was $69.87. So not bad, but it is a pretty good chunk out of that $82.99, but that's okay. Okay, then the Derma Wand, that's some kind of a facial cleanser thing. That sold for $37.99, and our profit on it is $29.19. The 2 Russian books, I got those for free as well. $13.43 profit. That Champion sleeveless gray t-shirt, $6.75. And then the wrestling headgear, $11.59. So right now it's 10 o'clock. I guess we basically spent just over 30 minutes packing and buying these labels and everything. So pretty quickly, I guess, tonight. Total profit for today is $130.83. So yeah, it's only 10 o'clock. There is some possibility that we'll get some more sales before 2 a.m. when the day officially ends. But right now we're going to say $130. So we've had so many slow days this month. On Friday we made $237, and I don't think there's another day this month that was more than $100. So we have 46, 33, 45, $2.96 on one day. So that day, those slow days have really damaged our average. So this month, the average profit per day is $70.55. At this kind of rate, we're never ever going to reach this goal of $50,000 for the year. I've basically written that idea off. I'm going to be happy if I make 40 right now, because this year has been, the ups and downs have been crazy compared to previous years. Anyway, back on track. The average profit per sale this month is $21.84. So, we're just going to keep going. Any money that we make is more money than we had before. It's just, shooting for a certain goal. I don't think we're going to make it. So I'm trying to not keep my, I don't know. I had my hopes up, and I think my hopes have been dashed. I thought we were going to have a big increase over last year, and ideally keep increasing year over year until I can retire early. I need to be making probably, I would say I need to be making at least $90,000, maybe $120,000 a year on eBay before I can even consider retiring. And that's probably not going to happen in the next 5 years, maybe more, unless I figure out a whole new system. But right now, I'm going to say goodnight. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. The channel's doing okay, I think, and it's because of people watching and subscribing and liking and commenting. So please do all of that stuff. It really, really helps out a lot. I hear a lot of people say that on YouTube, and I never really knew exactly how much it does help until I've been doing it myself. But it really, really helps out a lot. All those comments go a long way towards getting YouTube to show my videos to more people. So if you want to subscribe, I would really, really appreciate it. A simple comment, a thumbs up, or anything is gonna help me out a lot. So thanks again. We'll see you again. Definitely be back tomorrow. So have a great night.